So, the funny thing is that the problem that I had then when I wasn't in a ministerial job, I still kind of have it now, in that when people became aware of the fact that I was involved in church or what have you, then it opened up a window for them to judge me, right? And then everything that I did was judged against this ideal that they had about being Christian or being Catholic, and even then how Catholics are judged in society, right? So then, you know, everything negative, right, that might have been said about the church or what have you, then I suddenly became the official spokesperson. And everything I did, so like if I was at work and people knew that, again, that I had, you know, that I was involved with church, like it was like, I'm not allowed to get angry, I'm not allowed, right, to lose my temper, I'm not allowed to reprimand someone, I'm not allowed, you know, to, because all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're not acting very Christian now, are you? And so sometimes it was just easier to be like, you know what, I'm not Christian, if you get it. I'll just leave Jesus right where he's at, and you know, you guys do what you want to do.
That's horrible. Okay, which brings me to another point. We don't realize that by giving ourselves these double identities, when we don't show our faith in everything we do, the workplace in particular, we're actually harming ourselves because we're not letting our faith to grow. Now, we spend most of our waking hours at our jobs. We get in, we punch the clock, or for those of us who don't punch clocks, you know, we just get in and we put on the computer or whatever it is that we do, we get to class, we do, and we're on the go. Hour after hour after hour after hour. We may have a break for some of us who don't take lunch breaks sometimes because we're too swamped, you know, and we keep going till it's time to turn off, and then we go. So now, doesn't it make sense that all these waking hours, we should at least be doing something to help our faith grow, whether it's in the workplace or anywhere else? But, you know, we're harming ourselves without realizing it, because we're actually saying, God, this is not for you. This, I have to keep you outside. And that's not right, because God should be in the center of everything that we do. Okay? In trying to do a little research with this, you know, I was looking at, you know, like my personal life as far as how they know that I'm Catholic. Well, I get called the religious fanatic. I get called the nun-to-be, which obviously can't be because I'm married. You know, I get all these names, but many times it's more of an endearment. I remember I used to work at Credit Suisse First Boston, which is an investment bank, and I worked there for about 12 years. And I was really happy when they set up a prayer room. I think predominantly it was more for the Muslims who had at a certain time, I think 3 o'clock, had to go and pray. But I actually used it a couple of times. You know, I needed to, with things, with the stress, so I was very happy there. And people knew, through my work through the youth ministry, they knew that I was Catholic. They knew that, oh, I have to go because, you know, it's Good Friday. Now, I never took it off until recently, and everybody was in shock. Because on Good Friday, I would work, and all I would play was religious music. And I wouldn't really talk to anyone, okay? And that they knew that it was my time, and they respected that. Now where I'm at CIT, they all know, you know, I think they're more in awe that I do a lot of youth ministry work. My girls have come up to the office. I've helped them with lectures. I've helped, you know. And many times when they see me walking around doing stuff, a lot of people ask me, what church is this? And I go, oh, I'm Catholic. The Catholics do this? They're really surprised by the life that we portray, by all the joy, by the excitement. And it's something that I learned way back when I did this retreat, which was we are the salt and the light of the earth. And God instructs us, I believe that's Matthew, the chapter Matthew 5. God instructs us to always be the salt and the light of the earth wherever we go. That doesn't mean just at home. That means in the workplace. So I know sometimes, I have a huge issue with, oh, people get offended. Well, you're offending me if you don't let me be who I am. This is my true identity. I've always said that when I die on my tombstone, I want it to be known that I was a Catholic woman before anything. That's how I want to be remembered. Whether it's in the workplace or whether it's, for my husband, his beloved wife, or whatever the case may be. I want to be recognized as such because I know that somehow, some way, I had a handprint in someone's life. Okay? We need to give our faith a face. If it's to the smallest detail where when the glass really is half empty, we have to portray and we have to give them the hope that that glass is half full. Okay? My husband and I had a conversation earlier about a talk about, what is life with God and what would life be without God. And if you look at a scenario of a beautiful scenery, this is like, God brings a lot of color, a lot of hope to us personally, right? So if we don't have God, what is it going to look like? It'll be like a desert, right? Barren, nothing. And when we don't portray that God wherever we go, what are we portraying? Barrenness? Because our role in life as Christians, as followers of Christ, is to portray the love, the color, the hope, the joy, the glass half full. Okay? When we don't portray that, we're telling God, I'm not really believing in you. I'm not really living you. And again, we are harming ourselves in that. I don't know your name, but you had mentioned that there's something about that they see, whether it's what you say, that you stick out. And that's important because I've been told you're different. And they go, I can't pinpoint, and when they get to know me, they'll realize why I'm different. And it's because I carry Christ in everything. I've gotten people coming up to me on a personal level and say, I need you to pray for me. Because many times when they go through crises, I always say, I'm going to pray for you. Or what's your father's name? Or I'll pray for them. So they know that what drives me is my God. Okay, and that's what we need to do. They know there's something different. How do you stay so calm when everything is chaotic? Well, I pray and I ask God put me here for a reason. We'll see the outcome. And they see that there's a difference. We need to be that unique person. We need to be that element that makes the difference. We need to put that handprint in whatever situation. Okay? When we do this, not only are we helping those around us who may not necessarily know Christ or God, but it may change them. It makes an impression on them. It makes them go, what does she have that I don't have?